which is a one-stop solution for GS paper 1 society and social justice of paper number 2. Why society deserves a very special focus specifically from paper number 1. So firstly, there has been thematic structuring. We are covering topics theme wise because this is where theme based questions has been asked in the examination. There again some glimpses of how we have covered current affairs in an infographic manner, right? For example, case studies where there a value added answer, and which the use of this document, this theme has been covered in a way which will automatically train your mind in the Vision IS platform through Lakshya Mains mentoring program, where again a mentor will be there with you who will be hand holding you. Hello everyone, Vision IS has come up with a new document of Society Value Added Material for Mains Examination 2025. So one major problem which every student must have faced when it comes to GS paper 1 society questions. Topics like women, globalization, women related issues, secularism, regionalism, communalism, all of these seem very generic in nature, right? But the problem starts when it comes in the form of question in the examination, where again we need to put up examples, we need to give case studies, we need to interlink it with the syllabus of the examination, right? And that is where many a times we feel short of content, and not content but the right content to write in the examination, right? And of course for society paper there is no one specific book which is going to be a one stop solution, but this problem has been solved with this document which Vision IS has released, which is a one stop solution for GS paper 1 society and social justice of paper number 2 with respect to the upcoming mains examination, where again you are not any further going to struggle in terms of collecting the content, in terms of using relevant examples topic wise, theme wise, using case studies, right? All of these has been incorporated in this particular document. So again we are going to see how are different aspects when it comes to answer writing specifically for society topic is a problem which is being faced by students, and how this document is strategically going to cut down all such problems which student faces, right? So let's start. Number one is again what why society deserves a very special focus specifically from paper number 1. I'll again highlight it with respect to the PYQ analysis and trend, but before that, what we have seen in papers every year, the PYQs of last 10 years has told us that there are certain themes which are specifically there in the syllabus of the examination of GS paper 1 has been recurrently asked by UPSC in the last 10 years. For example, women related issues. Again, every alternate years there have been questions on this particular topic. We talk about caste and social empowerment, highly recurrent topic, right? Then we talk about globalization. Again, theme remains same, that its impact on different strata of society changes. We talk about regionalism, secularism. So again, there has been theme-based theme. These themes are very recurrent in previous year examination question paper, right? So, but the point here is, and again, when coming to the current linkage, for example, social media, the new education policy, LGBTQ plus rights, all of these current affairs are there, which are frequently featured in the question paper of GS paper 1, essay, right? And but the problem here is the syllabus hasn't changed. There are themes in the syllabus which has been mentioned, syllabus hasn't changed, but the context has questions has evolved, right? So it is not only going to be the generic content or static content which you read around that particular topic, you need to value add to that content what you have already read with respect to contemporary issues, with respect to case studies, with respect to examples, to enrich your answers and to be coping up with the evolved questions around same theme, right? So again, it does not require any preparation for the topic on the very scratch. It is just going to be a value addition of whatever you have already read. So again, this document is not going to teach you the topics on the very scratch. We are again, as the topic, as the document itself suggests, it is a mains oriented document specifically, which is going to value add content to whatever you have already read. So let's see how this document is covering. So firstly, there has been thematic structuring. we are not covering topics chapter wise, we are covering topics theme wise, because this is where theme based questions has been asked in the examination. Women is a theme, caste is a theme, globalization is a theme. So again, theme wise, there has been structuring of content in the respective book, which is going to make you aware regarding how this theme has been repeatedly asked in the examination and how it has evolved as a topic with new examples, new case studies, and relevant contemporary issues related to that. Then there is integrated current affairs. So all the topics which are there, where again we struggle many a times, ki how should I inculcate any current affair, relevant current affairs, not just current affairs. I'll re-emphasize the fact, the relevant current affairs with respect to the respective topic, right? So many a times we struggle, right? But this document is of course making your task easier, where again all relevant current affairs which has been happening recently from last 1 year or 1.5 years have been incorporated in these respective themes, right? So you no longer need to struggle with which example I'm going to put where. Theme wise examples are there, right, which you can directly put down in your respective answers, right? Then in terms of case studies and reports, many times we have seen that again examples and again is validated and again is substantiated through the use of case studies and some reports, some data. For example, Oxfam report, for example, some case study happened in some area, right? So if we incorporate such things in our answers, that is going to value add to my answer. A plain answer followed by an answer with examples, case studies, and reports, which is substantiating and validating my point, which is showcasing the examiner my awareness about that particular topic with respect to the topics mentioned in the syllabus. So this document is going to help you in that way. All of the things which I have discussed, right? And lastly, and but very importantly, all GS4 papers, if you understand, usually we tell that we need to diversify our points in the answer. For every answer, we need to write a social point, an economic point, a political point, right? Or socio-economic point, or international relation point, right? So interlinkage between the subjects is very important, right? Again, it is not equally important for society, but every subject, that again you need not to see subjects in syllabus. You need to interlink a topic with respect to different topics. For example, there has been recent reservation of women in the parliament by 33%. Again, is a topic of GS paper number 2, polity. But is it important for GS paper 1? Society? Yes, women is a topic over there. And that is where this document is solving that problem also. Interlinkage between subjects, which wherever it is required, it has been done theme wise, right? So certainly it is going to be a one stop solution for all of the problems which usually students face with respect to writing the society answers. Number one, content is scattered, we do not have a content it at one place, that problem is solved, right? Then use of relevant examples, case studies, reports, interlinkage with respect to different topics of different subjects of the syllabus, right? All of these things has been done in this particular document. This is where you are going to value add content to your answers, and certainly you are going to increase your marks in the mains examination. That is the sole point of our effort which you are going to do in the upcoming months, right? So you need to be doing it strategically and smartly. If content is available, you are going to use it, right? If you are not going to use it, you are going to miss out on certain value added marks which is going to fetch you if you use content strategically in the answer writing process. Then if you understand, this is where I'll have some glimpses of this document. Again, this is where I'm going to showcase you how this document has been strategically crafted on the lines what I have already discussed. Number one, there has been theme-wise marks distribution, which is again giving you a scope before the study that how important that theme is, how much time I should devote on that particular theme, how UPSC has been asking questions on that theme. So previous 10-year questions theme wise is where we start the document, right? So that again you are aware that if I'm reading caste, that how caste based questions has been asked in last 10 years, what has been its weightage when it comes to all the questions with respect to society. All of these things has been covered in the initial part of the document, right? So again, you can see that how topic wise we have seen how questions has been asked, what has been the weightage of marks, right? So this is where the document starts, followed by there has been more strategically incorporated things, because again UPSC tells us that we need not only to study, we need to study smartly. So smartness comes at with this kind of a strategy, right? Wherein we are again the data analytic report has been put up, where again how, if you see the gradual shift in the marks, 2013 40 marks were asked from society, 2024 80 marks, out of 250 marks 80 marks from society paper, right? So this is where the weightage of this topic or the subject has increased gradually across the years, right? So we need to understand ki how important it is to prepare society in a strategic manner and not in a generic GS paper manner. The name is society, so again in our answers there has to be some social elements which has to be incorporated in the answers, which will make examiner feel it is not a GS answer. Certainly student knows about the nuances of society, by again how he or she will be knowing by the use of examples you are quoting, interlinking with the different subjects of syllabus, using reports, using case studies and relevant examples, right? And then we are going to see that how which topic is very important. We have also categorized that, right? So which topic is very high, moderate, variable, low, right? There has been sudden spike on certain topics. So all of these things have been covered. And before reading, because before, if you are going to play a match, you need to practice, and again you need to make a strategy also. This is a strategy which before preparation you are getting in this particular document. Then there again some glimpses of how we have covered current affairs in an infographic manner, right? For example, case studies where there, for example, different topics have been interlinked with each other. There has been presentation skills which has been incorporated, because we have seen again only writing answers is not the game as of now, right? We need to give present, we need to incorporate presentation elements in the answer, right? So wherein this document also incorporate that wherever certain diagrams, certain flowcharts is required, that is something is given to you, so that again it gets imprinted in our subconscious memory. Sometimes what happens, once we start writing the answer down the answers, we don't understand the flow of writing down the answers ki with how and where should I incorporate presentation elements, right? This is where consciously this document is incorporating that, so that again organically it gets imprinted in your subconscious memory, and that would get reflected in the answer writing which you are going to do in the examination day. Clear? Next, then in terms of current affairs integration, I have taken few examples maybe to showcase you, because many a times we read current affairs but we don't interlink it with the syllabus, right? Many times some things happen, we read a current affairs but we don't understand many times ki is it or can it be used in a society answer, and if it can be used, where it can be used. That is a challenge, right? So this document covers that aspect, that problem which student usually faces, that is covered in this particular document, where again theme wise current affairs has been incorporated. For example, global gender gap record, new education policy of 2020, same-sex marriages judgment, all of these Supreme Court judgments, everything has been incorporated in this particular document. Then in terms of case studies and reports, because many a times ready-made use case studies, right, and insights from authoritative reports is validating the point which I am writing down in the answer, right? So something, if you're writing a point of, or a viewpoint, if you are substantiating it with an ongoing case study, with an ongoing government scheme, right, that is going to value add your point, and that is again going to create a good impression in the mind of an examiner, where again he would know that the student has well understood the topic. How? Because he or she is interlinking it with some ongoing government schemes, some ongoing examples, some case studies is also presented in the answer script, right? So this all of these has been covered for maybe for the Kudam Shri Kela a self-help group example, followed by Bhilwara model during COVID and the pandemic. All of the recent examples have been incorporated. Recent case studies have been incorporated in this particular document. Then how, again an example to showcase you, I have picked up one question. This question was there in the previous examination. Discuss the role of women movements in India in shaping public discourse. Women is a topic of society paper number 1, and they are asking about women movements. So generally, if we have we do not have a value rich content, our answer would revolve around mentioning of 3 or 4 or 2 or 3 women movements which were there in a society, right? And that is where we are going to end the answer, right? But a value added answer, and which the use of this document, this theme has been covered in a way which will automatically train your mind that how I am going to use all of the things which I've already discussed: examples, case studies, reports, interlinkage with other subjects in your answers naturally. For example, this may be a Chipko movement which is talking about ecofeminism, right? It is using the National Family Health Survey data followed by gender gap index, linking it with self-help groups, new education policy reforms, concluding with a quote from Amartya Sen. All of these are very important to make an impression in front of an examiner who is reading your answers, who is going to give you marks, and certainly you're going to score high, right? This is where a smart approach is required, and this smart approach is certainly going to be incorporated to the use of this well-crafted, well-researched document by Vision IAS. Then lastly, I am going to showcase you how you are going to use this document easily for you, because again at this stage, of course, you are loaded with a lot of things to be done, but again how to use it strategically, that is something I am going to showcase you. While you are revising, you are going to revise it in a weekly basis. Again, as it is theme wise, let's say 4 or 5 themes you have read, go maybe step by step manner, don't read it at a one go, right? So weekly revision, right? And for every topic, again there are lot of case studies, lot of examples, lot of reports being mentioned. So for every theme, at least remember 2 to 3 case studies, reports, examples, which is there in your memory, and you do not require any thinking process. It automatically comes to you once you read that particular theme in the question paper, right? Then in terms of create answer skeletons, many a times it is being told 7 minutes is the ideal time, right? So again in that we read the question, we need to decode the demand of the question, we need to frame introduction, we need to write body, we need to write conclusion, wherein certain skeletons could be pre-prepared. Themes are same. Globalization is a theme which will be there. Only a contemporary issue will be attached to it, right? So theme is there. So you can pre-prepare certain introductions and conclusions by using this document, right? That is where it is going to help you down, right? And in terms of weekly revision, try to incorporate it with your test series, because it is very important. It is not only about reading, it is also about how effectively you are reproducing the content in the examination. So you are not going to play the final match on the final day, you are going to do a lot of practice sessions. This is where the role of test series comes into picture. Everything is very integrated, right? So you use this document, you understand things, and then you try and put it forward in the test series answer script, where again you will know how I am able to reproduce the content what I have read, where am I liking, where what do I need to revise, what do I need to change in my strategy. So all of these things is going to come to you once you start practicing writing down the answers in the test series, right? And also lastly, map it to the previous year question paper theme wise, right? And the topics of essay, because many times it has been told and it has been observed that out of the essay papers, 1 or 2 topics are from society. It's a social topic, right? So social topic, society topics we have read, themes we have read, we can use this content in our essay. We can use this content in our ethics paper, right? This is where it is not just only going to be GS paper number 1, it is also going to be a preparation for essay. It is also going to be a value addition to your ethics GS paper number 4, right? Lastly, maybe if again, as I discussed, everything has a logical sequence. We read, right? Then, of course, many times, sometimes in examination process, we require a hand holding, right? This hand holding concept has been incorporated in the Visionize platform through Lakshya Mains mentoring program, where again a mentor will be there with you, who will be hand holding you, providing you necessary support what you require in the examination process or during the preparation process. Then again, you're certainly going to take help of the full length test series, the Abhyas mains test series, which is written by almost all the toppers of India of UPSC examination, but again they have been emphasizing this fact that how this Abhyas mains test series is giving them a actual simulation kind of an environment just before the mains examination, which is certainly helping them in the actual examination day, right? So use all of these products which Visionize is provided. And lastly, but not the very least, in mains, it is only about how well you are writing down the answers. That is only a parameter which an examiner is going to see in your answer script, right? So you are rewarded for how well you use your knowledge, right? And this is where the document is going to help you down. Society Valued Material provides ready-made examples, dynamic data, thematic clarity, inter-paper integration. All of these things are there, right? So you have to use it smartly, you have to pair it up with practice and let it reflect in your answers and let it reflect in your final scores. And certainly once you qualify the examination, you are certainly going to understand that how beneficial this document was for you, right? So lastly, I'm going to say, if some content is available, if something has been prepared, well researched thing is there, use it. This is where smartness lies in terms of preparation, right? So all the very best and thank you so much.